Richard Krause on New Vocabulary Unlocked, 认真, and he says, what is the meaning or purpose of 的 in the first three sentences? So there are three 的 in Chinese. One of them is the most common possession 的, like 我的儿子, my son. That's the most common one. And then there's the 的, which indicates one of two things. It either indicates that you put the verb before it, and then you indicate how the verb was done. So 跑得快, run fast, or 走得快, walk fast. And the 的 in between is connecting the verb and the adjective. But if you want to put the adjective before the verb, for example, 开心地跑, or 认真地学习, 认真地学习, that's study conscientiously, you'll use this third 的. And this 的 happens to be the same character as the word for 地, which is 地上, which means ground. But when it's in between an adjective and a verb, it's essentially turning the adjective into an adverb. So 认真 means conscientious. 认真的 means conscientiously. So 认真的学习, conscientiously study, right? And so it's a very useful way to turn an adjective into an adverb, and adverbs go before verbs, so that's why the 的 is there. Oscar Haglund on 认真 in context. In the sentence, 你也只有一页一页认真的教他们, and you can only teach them seriously page by page. So we have here as a top-down word, 教, to teach. He says, pretty sure this should be fourth tone. It actually is supposed to be first tone. And so the reason why is because, well, first of all, you're going to see 教 or 教. We teach it as fourth tone because in every context where it's combined with another character, it's pretty much always fourth tone. So like 教学 is the concept of education, or 教育, also education. A child, 教学 is a bit more like formal education in a school, whereas like 教育 is just general education. Like you must educate your child, but the way you educate them is not specifically just schools, right? And in those cases, it's fourth tone. However, when it is by itself as a verb meaning to teach, it's pronounced 教. Now, I imagine, I'm not totally sure of this, but what would make sense to me is that the reason that this happened naturally is because there's another common verb that's fourth tone, 叫, which means to call someone, right? Or like to call something someone, some situation, or to get someone to do something. 我叫他过来, which is essentially the same as 我让他过来. 我叫他过来. Like I say, hey, come over here. I got him to come over here. Or I just, 你可以叫我 Phil. You can call me Phil. But the problem is that's the exact same context that you would say 教, to teach, so that's why you think maybe they said 教 instead, so that you could auditorily distinguish between to call and to teach. So 我在教他, I'm calling him. 我在教他, I am teaching him, right? I was over-exaggerated the first tone there, but you know what I'm saying. So that's the idea. So it is actually supposed to be first tone when it is used by itself as a verb. And there are some other examples in Plico where it's first tone in two-character words, but none of them are of any particular frequency. It's mostly just in the it's in the few of the it's in the many words that are two characters that are high frequency where it's fourth tone. There's a lot of them, so